stretch of 5 over these next 2 days between these two teams. We'll quickly give you the starters as we set to get underway. For USF, it's number 1, Bruna Correa will be the setter. She'll be joined by Shia Richardson, a 5'10" freshman outside hitter. Katie Wagstaff in the middle. Hannah Kinnison on the outside. Kellen Martins is the right side hitter. Ursula Shitaka, the middle blocker, and Serafina Rivera, the libero. We'll give you Florida in just a minute, and it's the Gators that start quickly with the kill, coming from Thayer Hall on the right side to put Florida on the board. It will be Hall to serve. A 6'3" senior from Spartanburg, South Carolina, joined by Tiara Caesar. Merritt Beeson will start on the right side. The setter is Marley Marnsere. Libero Ellie McKissick. Lauren Forte in the middle along with Lauren Dooley. And that is Hall again with the kill to make it 2-0. USF out of the back row, picked up. Set way to the outside, but finished by Beeson. That set was well wide of the antenna on the right side. Beeson able to cut it inside and get the kill and make it 3-0 Gators. Early run for Florida. Line drive serve. Dumped on 2, covered nicely by McKissick. Outside for Caesar. Hammered wide, and it's going to sail into the front row. Another point for Florida. That is Tiara Caesar, the 6'1" senior from Panama City, Florida. Caesar last year averaged 3.86 kills per game, and you saw the power from the left side there. 4-0 Gators. First set, first of 5 matches here in the Hornet Invitational. Cross-court shot dug by McKissick. Caesar splits the defense in the back and gets the kill, and it is 5-0. USF, actually this match, conflicting styles of coaching experience. Diago Silva in his first year on the Dons bench. Mary Wise for Florida in her 31st season. Just 2 matches shy of 900 wins at Florida. Off the top of the block, picked up by McKissick. Caesar gets the kill off the block, and it will take us to our first timeout. Early on here in set number 1, Florida 6, USF nothing. You're watching NCAA Volleyball on ESPN+. 100% so far. USF tips over. Dumped on 2, nobody home. Monserrat with the kill. She finds the middle of the defense for USF, and the Gators now lead 7-0. Hall been the only server so far in this match for Florida. USF sets to the outside. One-arm dig, nicely played in the back row by Hall. And then a ball handling error is going to be called against the Gators, and USF is on the board. It was a nice dig from Hall. Ball handling error charge to McKissick. 7-1 now the score. Down the line to Caesar. Back set and tooling the block and getting the kill is Merritt Beeson. Beeson, the freshman from Gardendale, Alabama. It was one of the holes for Florida come in, or the unknowns, was who was going to play on the right side to start the season, and it is Beeson that gets the nod here in this first match of the year. For USF, on the attack is Kellen Martins. She will get credited with the kill. The net violation charged against the Gators. I believe that was Beeson that was called for the infraction. It makes it 8-2 Florida. Now in to serve for the Dons is Letizia Acalino, a freshman from Italy. Big side-winding jump serve played by Caesar. They go back to Caesar on the bump set, and she will get another kill. That's the 4th kill on 4 swings for Tiara Caesar. Florida, amazingly, still heading a perfect 100 at 9-2. Substitutions, that brings the libero back on the floor for the Dons. Back to serve for the Gators is Merritt Beeson. Off the tape, played up nicely by Kennison, set to the right side, and on the swing is Martins. Caesar, pushed back over by the Dons. Into the middle, and a quick kill out of the middle for Lauren Forte. First kill for Forte on her first swing, and it makes it 10-2. Beeson waits for the whistle, now approaches from the right side. Pushed up by Kennison. To the left is Richardson. No touch at the net. An error for Shia Richardson, point to Florida. They now lead 10-2. Took something off that serve, did Beeson. Richardson with the roll shot. Caesar stopped at the net. First time we've seen Florida stopped today offensively, and combining on the block is Shitaka and Martins. And now a couple of substitutions. Island Ashub comes in, and then also checking in for the first time, Taylor Shine. Ashub is 6-foot freshman from Rosario, Argentina. Shine is 6'3" freshman from Palm Desert, California. So a 6-2 offense being run by USF. Into the middle, quick for Forte, dug up. And then Richardson is met at the net by a combo block of Monserrat and Forte. First team block for Florida. They lead 12-3. And it'll be Tiara Caesar to serve. Caesar last year, 28 aces, 39 errors. And starts 2021 with an error. Richardson to serve. Dumped on 2, and Monserrat gets the kill. Monserrat averaged nearly 1 kill per set last season at 0.88. Now we're going to see a couple of substitutions for the Gators. Birdie Hendrickson comes on. Hendrickson, a 6'2" sophomore from Rogersville, Missouri. She will go back to serve. Her team up comfortably at 13-4. Floater played by Rivera. Cut shot from Kennison across the court and off the hands of Hendrickson for the kill. Ursula Shitaka, the sophomore from Croatia, serving for the Dons. Bump set. On the attack is Thayer Hall, and it's pushed into the front row. Another kill for Thayer Hall, her third. That ranks second on the team. Caesar with 4 early on. Hall with 3. Beeson and Monserrat each with 2, as Florida now hitting 733 in this opening set. Monserrat to serve, deep serve, poked up by Kennison. They go back to Kennison just inside the 3-meter line, and she is rejected. Lauren Dooley and Merritt Beeson form the wall on the right side of the block for the Gators, and it extends the lead back to 10 at 15-5. Back set for Shine, the most wins since 1991. Off to a good start to begin at 2021, and this is Monserrat, who wears number 21, who put the serve into the net, and a point goes to the Dons. They'll return the initial lineup. Coming back in is Correa and Martins, and it will be Correa to serve, the junior from Rio de Janeiro. Transfer, came in from Salt Lake City Community College. Hard line drive serve, overpass by Caesar, two-hand slap picked up by the Gators, and then on the attack is Hall. Dug cleanly by Rivera, and missing wide is Katie Wagstaff. Hall went down, coming up somewhat gingerly. Appears to be fine, gonna walk it off. Hall playing with a heavy dose of tape around the upper left thigh groin area, along with some kinesio tape along the knee. A little bit of a floater played by Richardson. Cut shot is gonna find its way down for a kill. Shia Richardson with the kill. That is her first, just the fourth of the match, or check it, just the third of the match. For USF. Out of the back row. Dug by Hall. Caesar picked up and overpassed by Correa, but wide of the antenna, and the point will go to Florida to make it 18-7. And an ace. First of the match for either team, and it comes for Ellie McKissick. Last year, McKissick 17 aces. A sophomore from Windermere. And overpass back to Florida. Back bump set, tight at the net, but put down by Merritt Beeson, the freshman, off to a good start. Pushes the lead to 13 at 20-7. Deep serve. Kennison took it. Outside for Richardson. She goes down the front of the block for the kill. Forte and Beeson were there. Richardson able to muscle her way through. Picks up her second kill, makes it 20-8. Now back to serve for USF will be Aquilino. Beeson outside, over the top of the block of Richardson, who went one-on-one, and she left it just in front of the defensive specialist in the back row. Gets the kill, makes it 21-8, and now Mary Wise is going to go to her bench and call on Sophia Victoria. Victoria, the sophomore from Puerto Rico, coming on to replace Tiara Caesar. A little bit of a friendly roll off the tape, and now a double is going to be whistled against Chautauqua. Everything going Florida's way here in the opening set. 22-8 the score. That one crawled its way over. Not a great serve receive. Pushed over and wide by Martins. Point to Florida, and it's now 23-8. This one will not crawl over. Service error for Beeson. Island Ashub. Taylor Shine come on. Victoria with the kill from the left side. Victoria just up and off the block, gets it down for the kill. Her first, 24-9, set point number 1 coming for Florida. Back to serve is Victoria. Taken by Rivera, quickly into the middle and getting the kill is Shitaka. Keeps the set alive at 24-10. Serving now is Shia Richardson. And pushes it wide, and that's how the first set will come to a close. Florida victorious in set number 1, 25-10. They hit an impressive 7-14 and hold USF to negative 0-45. We'll take the break. We'll come back. You're watching the Hornet Invitational here on ESPN+. Monserrat will serve for Florida to start set number 2. Shine gets the start, and she is quickly met with the block here in this set. No point go to USF. So we saw them run the 6-2. Did USF in that first set, and it was Shine that came off the bench. She does start here in set number 2. Monserrat will continue to serve. Outside for Richardson, through the block and down for the kill, and USF has tied it up at 1. First time we have been tied in this match. That time you see right through the block of 2, no one in that back corner. Doing a quick skim of the notes for Florida. They had a match last year where they hit over 500 as a team. It came against number 25 Missouri back on March 12th. Service error. In that match, they hit 513, but as we said, started off hitting over 700 in the first set. Numbers you do not see very often in Division I volleyball. Richardson. No touch. Point to the Gators. Gives them the lead at 3-1. Kinnison on the serve receive. Quick set to the middle, and Shitaka gets the kill. It would have been a point either way for USF as Florida was into the net. So now Correa and Martin, who started at set number 1, will come in off the bench in set number 2, and it will be Correa to serve. And it's a service error. Second one early on here in set number 2. A line drive that sailed long. Tapped over. That was Shitaka. Beeson. Block back. Caesar off the bump set, down the line and gets the kill. Tiara Caesar making it look easy. A good bump set you see from McKissick, and Caesar able to go around the 2 that thought they had the line cut off and over the hands of Correa for the kill. 5-2 the lead for Florida. McKissick to serve. And an ace off the arms of the freshman Hannah Kinnison. Point Florida. They now lead by 4 at 6-2. And a service error from McKissick sails it long. Stops a 3-0 run. Beeson nicely dug up by Rivera, pushed over. Monserrat goes to the back for a hole, and she goes with the changeup and takes something off of it, drops it in. A tricky roll shot from behind the 3-meter line for the freshman. Excuse me, that's the senior Thayer Hall. Veteran move. Everyone expecting the big swing from the back row, and instead she just finds the center of the floor. 7-3 lead. Good serve, pumps it. Outside with the swing is wide, along by there by Kinnison. Kinnison met one-on-one by Monserrat. And Monserrat, the setter, with a solo block, gets the kill, or gets the point. 9-3. And this time the net not as friendly. Beeson has it ricochet back off the top of the tape. Back to serve for the Dons is Shitaka, 6'3" sophomore from Croatia. Played last year, averaged 1.57 kills per set, but she hits this one into the net. Getting a friendly bounce is Richardson. Hit it below the tape, and it ended up crawling over and down for the kill. For Richardson, her fourth. 10-5 the score. Sidewinding lefty swing to Caesar. Hall, played by Rivera. Roll shot from Kinnison. Dumped on two by Monserrat, dug up by Rivera. Kinnison on the attack, and she hits it wide. Set took her a little bit wide outside the antenna. She tried to cut it across the court. It sailed wide for the error. 11th error of the match for San Francisco on just 33 swings. Hendrickson serve, gonna have to be chased down, it'll be an ace. Unable to handle it initially was Richardson. Shine had a run at it. Could only get an arm on it, it'll go as an ace. Third for the Gators, now leads 12-5. Shine crosses it around the block and down for the kill. First kill for Shine. Just out of the reach with Hendrickson in the back row. It'll be Sophie Seidemann, the junior from Scottsdale, on to serve. Seidemann played last year. An outside hitter, commits the service error. Fifth error for the Dons. Back set, Shine. Off the tape and wide, point Hornets. Point Gators, wrong team. (14-6). Richardson. Back to Richardson, off the block, continued by the Dons. They go to Richardson again, and she rolls it over the top of the block and gets the kill. Okamore and Ford and Beeson were there the first time through. Got the block, it came back to Richardson, did the attack for the Dons, and that time she went over the top and got the kill. 14-7. 7-point advantage for Florida. Back to serve now is Aquilino. Outside for Beeson, and she gets the kill from the left side. So we've seen Beeson on the right in set number 1. We see her in the left here in set number 2. Into the middle on the attack is Shitaka, block back. Richardson's gonna have to clear 2. She hit it long, but we're gonna have a block error called against Nady Okamore. Point to the Dons. They'll go back to their lineup with Correa and Martins coming in. Short serve, overpass back to San Francisco. Martins off the arms of Hall, and she gets the kill. That moves San Francisco into positive numbers here in set number 2. Started with a very good serve, which led to the overpass, and the Martins with the swing from the right. This time the serve is deep, tight to the net. Push back over and down for a point for Florida. It was a nice set by Monserrat, who was just able to punch it up and keep it alive without being whistled for a ball handling error. And the open real estate found on the attack makes it 16-9. They'll credit the kill to Nady Okamore. Overpass. Out of the back row on the swing is Hall. She is dug up by Seidemann. Caesar hammers it off the arms of Correa and down for the kill as it pinballs around the Dons. Attack error on the attack from Martins, the sophomore from Brasilia, Brazil. Point to Florida, 18-9. And a timeout's called by San Francisco. First break here in the second set. Florida through these first 2 sets. They lead 18-9 here in set number 2 on a 3-0 run, and back to serve will be the libero Ellie McKissick. Knuckleball serve played by Seidemann. Richardson into the block. There were 2 there. It is going to be Gabrielle Essex along with Tiara Caesar combining on the block for the Gators. That is their 4th block of this match. Makes it a 4-0 run. Another good serve, and it'll be an ace. A deep side-winding serve by McKissick. She picks up the ace, and now Mary Wise will go back to her bench and bring in Sophia Victoria, replacing Thayer Hall. USF tried to get a late sub in and was told no by the up official Eric Asami. McKissick's gonna set, Caesar, and she is blocked at the net. Richardson and Shitaka combine on the block for San Francisco. Just the 2nd block so far for the Dons, makes it 20-10, and back to serve will be Richardson. An error on the attack from Essex. It's just the first true hitting error for Florida in this match. The first 2 credited to them came off of a block. That one a true hitting error. Now a service error makes it 21-11. Muscling her way through is Hannah Kinnison for the kill. Taka, played by Victoria. Back set for Essex. On the slide, and she hammers it down. The 6'3" freshman from Hoover, Alabama. Absolutely annihilated that one. Played over and long by Martins. Another attack error for USF makes it 23-12. And Florida just 2 points away from taking a commanding 2-0 lead. Off the tape, played up by Kinnison. Richardson out of the back row, punched up in the air by Caesar. Victoria blocked back. Caesar gets there, free ball coming back to the Dons. They'll dump on two. Nice cover by McKissick. Victoria on the swing, and she gets the kill. And it's now set point for Florida. First time we've seen Correa dump. They've gone away from the 6-2, staying with the setter now in the front row. First time we've seen the attack coming from the setter. Push back, controlled, dumped over, and then shot back by Monserrat. That's all she could do. And it will lead to the end of set number 2. Florida wins the second set 25-12. They lead 2-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back and get Lana Kudakina, first time we've seen the freshman from Ukraine. Island Ashub, Chaya Richardson. The libero is going to be Aquilino, who's going to wear the white jersey for the first time in this set. This match, rather, and back to serve will be Ashub. Ashub, the lefty, and we're going to have a foot fault called. It's going to be called initially, and it's going to be a foot fault called. You don't see it very often, but it was called by the back line judge, and a point awarded to Florida on the service error. Victoria to serve, good serve cross court, and she'll get an ace. That unofficially is the first collegiate ace for Victoria. Did not have one last year. I believe that is her first serve attempt of this match. Went cross court and pulled it right off the hands. This one a little deeper, but trouble by Aquilino, and it'll be another ace. Not the way USF wanted to start set number 3. A foot fault on their first serve attempt, and then 2 aces. Makes it 3-0. Again, she'll go cross court, and again, USS have trouble on the serve receive. This time on the swing is Kudakina. She misses everything. Point to the Gators, and it's quickly 4-0. Muscling their way through, getting the kill is Lauren Perry. First time we've seen the freshman from Laguna Hills. Nice set outside for Beeson, tools the block and gets the kill. Richardson went one-on-one, got a lot of it, but pushed it wide. Point to San Francisco. Alcolino on the serve. Beeson tips. Picked up by Ashub. Richardson rolls it over. Dug by Victoria. And tipped down nicely by Tiara Caesar. Quick to the middle on the kill put down by Shataka. Gonna have a substitution. Sarah Denham, 5'3" freshman from Southern California, comes in. She'll go back to serve. To Hanga. Right-handed jump serve to Caesar. On the slide is Essex, and she gets the kill. Essex has been hard to stop on the slide. 2 kills, 3 swings so far. 7-3 the lead. Serving is Caesar. Shataka blocked that, good cover. Out of the back row is Kudakina. And then big swing from the right side for Merritt Beeson. Beeson with the kill, and for Beeson, that is kill number 7, and she's hitting 700. That's not going to clear the net. On the swing from Richardson, and a timeout called by Diago Silva. 9-3, Florida on top of San Francisco here in set number 3. The Gators lead 2 sets. Florida on top early here in set number 3. Much as they've been on top the entire match, they've only been tied once. That came at 1-1 in set number 2. They now lead at 9-3. Won the first set 25-10, the second set 25-12, and with a .595 team hitting percentage, it is getting to the point where they are going to be looking in the Florida record books to see where that one measures up. Some pretty impressive offensive numbers for the Gators here in the early going. Out of the back row and hitting it into the net is Kudakina. Another error. Serve down the line. Joust the net, won by Florida, controlled by USF. Bump set coming to Richardson off the top of the block. Tipped by Victoria, who adjusted in the air and gets the kill. Victoria had the block slide her away and just tipped right off the top of the fingers, gets the kill. Her third. She's hitting 750 as the numbers are hard to believe, and a service error. Caesar thought she got the line. Replay is in effect here in this tournament, but We're not going to see Mary Wise use it. Outside, and it's Victoria that muscles her way through, gets the kill. Just giving a note that the program record for Florida in the rally scoring era is 6:03, so we'll keep an eye on that. That kill by Victoria took it to 6:05. And a service error by Birdie Hendrickson, who's come back on to play in the back row. And Hendrickson commits the service error. Shataka to serve. And then she gives the point right back. Pushed over by Perry, outside, back row attack rather, that was Caesar. It looked like the set was coming to the far side. Good misdirection by Monserrat. She found Caesar from behind the 3-meter line. She gets the kill, her 9th, 14-5 the score. And it will be Monserrat, the senior setter, to serve. Left side swing, and it being met is Katakinia. Couple there for Florida. Eddie Okamore, Merritt Beeson officially credited with the block. Makes it a 10-point advantage, a 3-0 run now by the Gators. And we are going to have a rotation error charged against USF. That will go down, I believe, as an ace. (16-5). Monserrat to serve, works to the hands of Denham. Back to the left side. That one, the swing was Kinnison. Bump set. Victoria cross court. She's dug up. Aquilino there. Pushed over by Kinnison. Nicely covered by Caesar. Victoria tried to cut it with the right hand and moved it too far to her left and out of bounds. Part of the incredible hitting numbers, that is just the second hitting error in which Florida wasn't blocked on the play. They've been blocked twice, and they've hit 2 balls out of bounds this entire match. Caesar, dug by Richardson. Martins, pinballs, free ball. Nope, they're gonna call 4 touches as it dunked one too many times on that Florida side of the net. Left-handed serve from Ashub. And a free ball back to USF. Played off the top of the block by Martins. Caesar from the back row. She's covered up by Aquilino. Richardson pushes wide. And it's a point to Florida. Pushes the lead back to 10 at 17-7. And back to serve will be Victoria. Victoria had a couple of aces early on in this set. Florida has 7 so far, along with 7 errors. USF, no aces and 8 errors. Off the top of the block, dug by Monserrat. Bump set to Beeson. She tools the block of 2. Just methodically approached that swing. Had 2 in front of her and measured it right off the forearms and down for the kill. Timeout called by the Dons. It's the ones getting the last minute coaching in from Mary Wise. It will be Sophia Victoria to serve. And a ball handling error is going to be whistled against USF. It likely will be credited as an ace. That will be number 8 for Florida. Trying to see how they're going to credit that. It will be an ace by Victoria, her third here in this set. But she mixes it up with an error. Point to San Francisco, 19-8 the score. Hannah Kinnison to serve. Into the middle, and just tapping it home is Nadie Okamore. Okamore just floated it off. McKissick to serve. And hitting it wide off the tape is San Francisco. Monserrat laid out for it, couldn't get to it, and then quickly raised her hands to say, I didn't touch it. Richardson dug by Monserrat. McKissick bump sets. Beeson down the line. She's picked up by Acalino. Out of the back row. On the swing was Kinnison. Dug, and then the attack from Victoria into the net. Essex with the kill. Essex that time out of the middle. You've seen her a lot on the slide. She's got 3 kills. Decent. Chase down at the net, and it's going to be an ace. USF got 3 touches on it, but couldn't put it over. Extends the lead to 23-9 on the 8th ace of this match in just 3 sets for Florida. Richardson off the top of the block. Caesar cross court, and she hits it just wide. Thought we might get a challenge, but in this score, we're not going to get it. Pushed over. And getting the kill on the slide is Shataka. Error. They're going to say 4 hits, actually. They say did not clear the net, so a point to San Francisco makes it 23-12. Dumped on 2 is Monserrat. She gets the kill, her 4th. You can see USF not expecting it at all, not recognizing the setter in the front row, and Monserrat with a quick dump. Set point number 1 coming for the Dons. Excuse me, for the Gators. Down the line, an ace, a fitting end to this match, the 10th ace in just 3 sets for Florida. They win easily.